welcome back to another video. Today I'm explaining negator abilities. Now I will explain every negator ability until it's all done, and then a compilation will come out. So I do apologize with this. I am just cooking something in the background, so I needed something to hold off for right now. I appreciate 4K. This is the first video after I reached 4,000 subscribers, so I do want to say thank you. I appreciate the support, and we gonna keep going with this little thing we got going on. And shout out to people going to Anime Con this year. I apparently cannot go because of circumstances, but hopefully I have fun. Anyway, UnLuck is the negator ability used by Fuko Izuma in the anime Undead Unlock. Now the ability has the ability to negate the luck of anyone who touches their bare skin, causing them to suffer great misfortune and in some cases death. Like she caused her parents' death and many others. If she's on a plane, if she has anything, she has to cover herself up. In retrospect, anywhere, just because if her skin is exposed and you touch it, you're dead. Of course, the ability won't trigger by touching them through their clothing. Of course, just why she wears a lot of clothes. And the misfortune will only begin after the afflicted person has stopped touching them. Now, the only person that can touch her and not have her ability, of course, negated is Andy and or Victor, just because of their ability Undead, which will be in a whole different video. Anyway, the effects of the ability are altered by how intimate the touching was and by the relationship with the person in question. Now, you can absolutely comment in the comment section. I did a video on this a long time ago. I don't know if I'll put it at the end. That relationship is weird between Andy, who's over 100 years old, to Fuko, who's 18. Just saying. In the 101st loop, of course, because the world is incredibly looping, Fuko's understanding of the ability has evolved, and that allows her to also infuse UnLuck into objects she touches with her bare skin, such as bullets or tape, which she dubs as bad bullets. This allows her to invoke more controlled scales of UnLuck, regardless of how Fuko feels towards her intended target. Of course, to her examples of UnLuck when she has used it in the anime is falling off of a bridge and being splattered by a train, a plane catching fire and exploding, killing everyone on board except her, being crushed by a falling crate of bananas, being crushed by falling rubble, being struck by lightning, being hit by a meteor. Of course, that was mostly Andy's fault. A serious traffic accident, an underwater volcanic eruption, a gunpowder store blowing up, the grounds being split open, multiple meteorites falling from the sky, again Andy's fault, getting hit by a truck and being flown into the ocean at a shark, a sudden lava flow, overflow, an exposed gas pipe being exposed to heat and exploding. Unfortunately, Andy is the only person that can, of course, touch her and making the relationship grow strong. But I don't care what anyone says, that relationship is weird. In any sense, Fuko is an extremely powerful person. Of course, I will go into detail on how she as her own, as she is a master martial artist in this loop, or at least when we see her. And that is kind of it. Anyway, it is an external targeting compulsory activation. Doesn't really affect her, but if she's in the situation of the UnLuck, it can impact her, but mostly it just impacts everyone around her. Anyway, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.